Hello guys, you are watching another design video on the Field Gamers channel, and in today's video I'm going to show you some office designs. Now keep in mind, for those of you who are subscribed to me, or for those of you who are thinking about subscribing to me, I am going to be trying to do a lot more design videos because that's what people seem to be liking a lot on my channel. That's what seems to be taking off, and to be honest, it's what I'm having most fun doing. So I am going to try to get a lot more design videos out there for you guys. And also keep in mind that since I am doing this, I am always looking for new ideas for new videos. So post in the comments below, give me some ideas for different design videos that you would like me to do, and if I use it, I will mention your name in the video when I use your design. So for this design, for the office design idea, the person who gave me the idea commented, and their YouTube name is "The Name Is Secret." I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description of this video so you can check out their channel. But yeah, so they basically commented, said I should do some office designs, and so here I am. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the first room right here on the right. So basically what I did is I started with a really cool shelving idea against this wall right back here, and basically it looks like an S. I wanted it to, right here you can see that since I use these stair pieces right here to make it kind of curve around, to make it like a U shape, a sideways U shape, I wanted it to keep going around and make a smooth S, but unfortunately there really is no way for me to do that, so I had to make this little point right here in the middle where it kind of cut down so that the stair piece over here would actually fit. But I think it actually looks really cool. And then I put those creeper heads, and I even have a little skeleton head on the desk right here in front of me. I just use those for decorations because when you have a shelf, you want to put stuff on it, so it's nice to have little decorations like that. But yeah, so basically in front of the shelving, I have this simple desk, just stair pieces that are upside down, and then wood half slabs to connect the upper part. So very simple desk, no drawers, nothing like that. It's just some leg room. You get your seat right here, and then I put these pressure plates just to kind of make it look like there was something actually on the desk. And then I got these just a picture frame over here, and so yeah, it's pretty simple room. I also added these extra right here just to kind of add depth to the ceiling. I made these an extra half slab on both sides going down, just because adding a little bit of depth, adding a little bit of texture to the ceiling, walls, or even the floor can sometimes make a room look just a little bit better. But yeah, so this room is actually really simple. I thought about maybe adding a couch or maybe like a chair or something over there, but that's up to you. If you guys want to do this room, you can do that yourself. But here is another design right here behind me, and in this design, I actually started over here with this really cool shelf. Again, just like I did on the other design, I started with the shelving. Basically, again, I used the stair pieces, and in this scenario, I used the court block stair pieces, and I made it so that you have this really cool, evenly spaced shelving using little boxes. So it's a 3x3 area of boxes, and unfortunately, since these are stair slabs, you can't actually set anything down on these shelves, but it is for looks. So in a real life situation, if this wasn't in your actual house, you could actually put a lot of cool stuff on your shelves and make it look really cool. It's definitely a modern look, but that's definitely what I usually go for, is the whole modern look, because I personally like that look. But for the desk, I just used this L-shaped desk. Basically same thing, use stair pieces with half slabs connecting them, except I made it go back right here. And then I just added a plant on the top of the desk just to kind of add a little bit to the desk. And then, as you can see, I put a lamp over here just to add a little bit of light. And then, I mean, when you have a room like this, you don't want it to be too empty, but you don't want it to be too filled in either, because then it just kind of loses its I don't know, if it's too cluttered, it just looks too cluttered, and you'll notice it really quickly. But so basically, all I added over here was 2 chairs, and then I used this little wood log as like a coffee table or some sort of table, just so that when you're sitting down, you can maybe set something down onto the coffee table, because everybody needs to set their stuff down at some point. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then another thing that I liked about this room design is on both sides of the shelving unit, I added these like wooden pillars. Then I made it kind of blend into the ceiling right here, just as a cool idea. I also thought about maybe dragging it across so that it actually filled in all right here. That actually kind of looked cool too, but that's kind of up to you or whoever is actually designing this room. Again, feel free to use any of these designs in your houses. That's that's obviously why I'm making these videos, is so you can, just copy. If you don't want to design your own rooms and you want to make it simpler, then here you go. Just copy these or add or tweak them in any way you would like. So here's another room. I'll go ahead and start with the desk. The desk is pretty simple. Again, I just use some stair pieces here, and then half slabs to fill in the areas that were not, the areas that were hanging for the leg room of the desk. And then for the chair, basically what I did was I used a half slab, picture frames on the side, and a door on the back just to make the chair itself look more like a desk chair. Obviously you can tell it's a door, but it does from a distance, like maybe from here, it does look like a desk chair. And I personally think that something like this definitely works really well, because you can't really tell it's a door until you get close enough to see that handle right there. So as long as you're far enough away to the point where you can't see the handle, it actually does look like the back of a chair. So other than that, I added this shelving over here. It's supposed to be like a bookshelf. I used this ice so you can actually kind of see through it a little bit, and then I just put the court blocks behind it. And what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to just be like basic shelving. Over here I use the half slabs to make it look like a different area of shelving over here. Obviously you can't put stuff on ice, so again, it's just for looks. I didn't actually put anything on them because the game won't let me, but it's more for your imagination, for like if you wanted to in real life, if this was actually a real life room. And then I added a chair right here, just a modern looking chair, and then I basically cut out a part of the wall in this corner, added a little bit of depth to it. Like I said, if you add a little depth or texture to a room, it can really make the room stand out and look a little better than it did before. So I cut out a little section, used the sandstone to fill in that extra depth, and then I just used this a little shelving unit, and I put some plants and some picture frames and filled in the rest of that space like you see right there. So this room was, I think this is a pretty cool room, pretty unique. And then for these walls in this texture pack, this is actually clay. Again, I'll have the link to the texture pack too, just in case you do like this, because depending on what texture pack you use, this all might look completely different to you. So it definitely depends what texture pack you use too. So make sure if you like what you're seeing and you want to build it, just go to the link in the description and you'll see the texture pack that I use. So here is my next room. This is room number 4. And I actually started with the fireplace in this one. I just, I built a standard fireplace with, this is actually, the soul sand. And I used the soul sand, I made a fireplace mantle, and then I surrounded the soul sand with a layer of the court blocks, and then that made the fireplace. And then all the walls are made with court blocks. And then I copied the same. I wanted it all to flow really well, so I made the windows out of these soul sand blocks as well, which honestly I think that looks really good. It kind of matches the fireplace look, so the whole room kind of blends together really well. I added these pictures above the fireplace just to kind of look really modern, and it's like in a perfect row. But yeah, I thought that looked really good as well. And then I used, just to make sure that the floor didn't burn, because this floor is made out of wood, I put a little brick flooring right outside the fireplace so that nothing would burn. Also, it looks really good there so that the floor isn't all just one giant, one giant flat material. Adding a little bit to the floor, it's almost like a rug, but it's not. Also, you can add rugs to any of these designs. I think in the newer update, you can actually add like rugs and I think, yeah, carpets and stuff like that. So you can always add that, wherever you feel necessary. Then for the desk, basically, you can see it's kind of like I don't even know what it looks like. I started with the L shape, just like I did in one of the previous designs I did, and then I added this little box over here, and I just messed around. This is 3 pieces of the upside down stair pieces, and it kind of makes a little bottom shelf down there. Then on this side, I did the opposite. I used the upside down stair pieces, but I made sure that they were outward so that it kind of went outward like this. It's kind of hard to explain. Basically, if you just use these stair pieces and mess around with them, and when you put them upside down and you put them next to each other, they actually fold around a little differently. So I thought that looked really cool. Both of them show a shelving that is basically attached to the floor. And then for the seats, I just put a couch, coffee table, and then I use, actually this is the first time I've done this, I use these trap doors as the backs and the sides of the chair, and I just put them against the half slab, and it made actually a really cool barrel chair, which you'll see a lot in like modern houses. It's a type of modern furniture, and I think it looks really cool. So that's basically it for this room. I'll go ahead and show it to you one more time. Yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty easy. Obviously, as you can see, a lot of space. I didn't fill up every inch of the room, and that's kind of the key to designing these really cool rooms. You don't want to put too much in the room, because then it gets too cluttered. Obviously, you could probably add maybe a lamp or something, but you don't want to add too much. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the next room. This one is actually a larger room, but in your house, you actually might, if let's say you're living in a bigger, nicer, paid-for home, you might have a room like this where you have a lot of space for your office. So in a situation like this, you might have a giant room. Over here, I kept a lot of space open, basically just because since this is your office, you might need a little bit of room to just kind of walk around, pace, think, whatever it is you need to do, brainstorm, other than just sitting at your desk. But for the desk, I basically did the same thing I did with the first desk. I used stair pieces, connected it with the half slab, and then I connected this thing to the end, and it's basically the top of this is all half slabs. The bottom is stair pieces right here, two stair pieces on the other side, so it kind of creates that little shelving area. And then on the bottom, I just took 2 blocks out of this side, so I just removed 2 of the blocks that I used, and then I put some plants there to make it look a little interesting, just so it kind of adds a little bit of depth to the desk itself, and a little bit of decoration to the room as well. And then I did the same thing with this chair as I did with the last one, except I used signs for the sides. And for these chairs right here, I added these 2 chairs just in case, like maybe you have a meeting with somebody comes in to talk to you in your home office, and they can have a place to sit. And just used half slab signs and picture frames, which you'll notice I do a lot of my chairs will end up being repeated just because these are the simplest ways to make chairs. You can make chairs in other ways. I've actually got a video on my channel where I show different ways to make chairs, but I always use the same simplest ways to make chairs and smallest ways to make chairs, because when you make really big bulky chairs, sometimes it gets too big and it takes up too much space, which I don't personally like. So other than the desk right back here, I added these shelving, and next to the shelving I added this. And basically what this was supposed to be was like some sort of giant like closet, or maybe a giant like opening doors that lead into like maybe some file cabinets. I tried to make it look that way as best as I could. You could remove all the signs and the buttons and just keep that wall there. I think that would look good too, but I wanted to make it look like it had a purpose. Obviously this is Minecraft, these doors don't actually open, they're just blocks, but I wanted to create the illusion that there was something there. So I just added that there, and I think it actually looks good with the overall design in the room. And then over here I added a picture with a lamp right next to it, and I think the lamp being this tall fits really well with this room, and I think this picture actually works really well with this room as well. A lot of the pictures in this texture pack are hard to make fit right in a lot of these rooms, but this one actually looked really good. It fits like the tone of the room, and I think that it really fits well with this particular room. So there is one more design left, and I will go ahead and move over to here. This one I left quite spaciously open, just because I wanted to kind of prove that point that it does sometimes look better when you don't have all your space filled up. But basically I got some shelves here. Let me turn it to day real quick. Alright, so basically I started with these shelves right here. I put 2 columns of stone brick on both sides, and then in between I added these really cool looking shelving units. So basically I just added a pattern. This is just a circular pattern with half slabs and stair pieces. And I did it with all these. Half slab stair pieces, half slab stair pieces, and basically I did it in a pattern so that it was actually symmetrical. So if you kind of mirror if you cut it right in the middle, it'll mirror the opposite way from top to bottom. If you can kind of see that. If you can't really see that, then it kind of takes a while. Maybe you need to like stare at it a little bit longer. But it does. It's pretty symmetrical. I thought it looked really cool, and it's abstract looking too, which I thought was really cool, really modern looking as well. And then for the desk, I did something different. I added just a block, and then connecting to the block a stair piece with half slabs to finish the actual desk part. And then over here is just 3 more blocks to just kind of make it look like the desk extends backwards a little bit, so that you're not, so that it's not just a plain desk. And then I just used the basic stair piece, wood or cobblestone stair piece, to make it look like a regular chair. No siding, nothing special, but I thought that using a seat like this would kind of fit or like flow with the cobblestone columns that I had over here. So, from a distance, it actually kind of looks really cool. Usually you don't use cobblestone in like a modern type of environment, but if you use it the right way, like you see here, it doesn't matter. You can still make something like cobblestone, which usually you would see in something medieval. You can use that cobblestone and actually have something modern out of it. So you just got to work with what you got and try as best as you can to make something that isn't modern, and things that usually are modern to be not modern if you don't like modern. But to finish this room, I just filled the walls in with glass to add a little bit of light. So maybe if you were, in a city, maybe this is like your office in the city or something like that. Like maybe a home office, like in your city apartment or something. This would kind of look cool. But yeah, these are all home designed offices, so even in a glass modern house, this would also look good. And then I just did some finishing touches. I added a lamp here, added a little shelf at the back, put some plants right there, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And I believe that is all of my office designs. So thank you guys for watching this video. I worked really hard on these office designs, and to be honest, I'm actually really happy with the way they turned out. I definitely like doing these designs for you guys. I love doing architectural related designs. I like doing interior design related designs. All these things really, get me going. I'm actually really good at coming up with stuff. So if you have any ideas, anything that you would like me to try doing for my channel that you would actually be interested in seeing, then please let me know in the comments below. I'm always excited to hear what you guys have to say. So again, thank you guys for watching. Please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it very much. Like the video. You can even follow me on Twitter at FieldGamers. And that's basically it. So see you guys in my next video. See you guys later.